All right, great evening, everyone. Great evening. I am Dr. JeNeen Ridgeway, and I want to welcome you to Thriving Thursday Zoom. So excited to be on Zoom with you this Thriving Thursday. This evening, I'm going to talk about a topic that I'm really excited about, really passionate about, and this is Solex and the AO Scan. Now, I have a special guest with me who is going to co-host. We're going to go back and forth. This is going to be extremely informal. We're not doing slides. We don't have it all figured out. We just want to share with you why we love this, how you can use this, to your benefit with your family. And before I get into why I love it, I want to introduce to you my special guest, Dr. Darryl Roberts. He is an ND just like me. We absolutely bonded at some seminars because we are passionate about natural health. We're passionate about bringing you ways to optimize your health. We're both nerds. We both love the gadgets and all of that good stuff. So, Dr. Darryl, let them know where you are, how to find you, etc.
Well, thank you so much. I am a gadget nerd. I will admit that. I am Darryl Roberts, naturopathic doctor. Right now, I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina. Grew up in Chicago, Illinois, though, so I'm a transplant to Charlotte, North Carolina. And yeah, I am here. I see clients virtually. I see clients in person at a couple of different locations, and I utilize this technology no matter where I am at.
Absolutely. Same here. So I'm talking about a company called Solex. Solex has an amazing history. Solex was actually founded out of a need. The founder adopted a son who had cerebral palsy, and he started to go around the world looking for methods and technologies and natural healing modalities that he could use to help his son. Well, fast forward, his son is healed. He is a something or other degree black belt in karate, doing amazing. But this technology was initially only available through doctors, only available as a really expensive system that doctors would use in their practices. And through the years, they decided to make it available to everybody in a mobile application, which is absolutely amazing. There's some other technology that I'm using, and that person has to be right there, or I have to have something physical that they can put their hand on. With this technology, I'm able to scan remotely. I'm able to use this on infinitely many people for the same price, and it has really been a game changer. So what I'm talking about is the AO Digital Body Analyzer. Just going to give you a little overview of what it is, and then we're going to get into, why we love it. I was introduced back in February of 23, so it's just been a little bit over a year. And from the day that I got started with this, I have used it multiple times every single day without fail. So the AO Scan technology is an educational tool. Dr. Darryl, will you please give us a disclaimer? You are
Absolutely. So
a
it's an
disclaimer.
educational tool. It's not meant to diagnose. It's not meant to take the place of any medical advice, any medical doctor. It's meant to give you information that you can utilize in order to make better decisions about your health, the health of your family, the health of your pets, and utilizing information to bring about better health is a very, very wise thing, but it's not to be taken as a diagnostic tool.
Thank you so much. You're so good at that. And we got to put that out there. But yeah, it's designed for you to learn about how your body's performing. It communicates with your body via some really subtle energies and gives you back information that allows you to make lifestyle choices, choices about how you're sleeping, choices about hydration, choices about what you're eating, choices about what supplementation you need. And then in addition to that, it can actually send you some balancing frequencies or give you a sound therapy program of balancing harmonics for you to listen to that helps your body to balance even more. Now, I'm going to show you a little video, and let's see if I can share my screen.
Everything has a frequency. The body's cells can create and receive energy. This energy is information that functions through sending and receiving frequencies. When frequencies change from their optimal state, problems occur with our body's ability to maintain a healthy function. To bring your body back into balance, the vibration of your body must be tuned to the correct frequency. How can you know if your frequencies are balanced or not? AO Scan technology compares your frequencies with their established blueprints. so you know if any imbalances are happening inside your body. From your DNA to hormones, food sensitivities, skin, blood, and even your pets, AO Scan has various programs that enable you to scan and see how your body's frequencies are performing. What's more, AO Scan emits supporting frequencies that disable the frequencies in chaos to help your body move toward a more balanced state. The future of wellness is here and now.
Okay. So I love the video. It's quick, it's easy. It basically gives you an overview of what this is about. Now, Solex brought this to the market through a network marketing model. A lot of people get scared with that word. They're like, oh my God, I'm not doing that. You know, it's just a way of us delivering this to more people for less money. So the way that it works is you get a subscription. This is web-based. So once you get that subscription, you can use it on any device. You can pull it up on your computer. You can pull it up on your phone. You can pull it up on your tablet. Wherever you are, you have this at the palm of your hand any given day, any given time. You pay a monthly subscription to utilize that. If your sister or your best friend or your neighbor sees what you're doing and they want to feel good too, and they want to have this ability too, you can share a link with them. If you do that with 3 people, it pays for yours. It's as simple as that. Now, some people are actually looking for an opportunity. Some people are looking for a way to make additional income, earn trips, earn prizes, earn, you know, money that's going to make their budget a little bit looser. And there's an opportunity for that too. But if you don't want to do that, you get your subscription, you use it, and that's it. So that's all. I wanted to put that in there because some people are like, but anyway, let's get it started and show you a little bit about this. Darryl, do you want to, do you have a scan you can pull up, or do you want me to try this screen share again? I think I'll be a little safer with the scan because there's no.
Yeah, well, it's not ready. I can try to grab something really
hold
quick.
on. Let me see here. Yeah, it doesn't look the way I want it to look. Let me go here. Get this out of the way. I don't know how to get this bar out of the way so that I can see the stuff that's at the top. There we go. Okay. Okay, so I've signed into my program. Like I said, you can sign in from anywhere. This is what you're going to see. I'm going to go ahead and just pull up myself. All right, so this is your home screen. Now, we've got some amazing things within here that you can actually do. And what I love about this is that it allows me to optimize my health. Those of you who know me know, those of you who've ever watched Thriving Thursday know, I absolutely love my supplements. There's not going to be a day that goes by that I don't take them. What the scanner allows me to do is kind of be pinpoint accurate with what my body is needing at that very moment. Now, there's certain things I'm going to take my custom packs every single day, but I'm also going to be able to add in homeopathic frequencies that are going to optimize me based on what's coming up right now in real time. Now, with any scan, there's several reasons why a certain frequency might come up. And Dr. Darryl, will you please share a little bit what you shared this morning just about bioresonance, what it is, and how these frequencies come up on our scanner?
Sure. So when you have, well, as the video said, there is literally a frequency for everything, and everything in your body has a frequency. Your liver has a frequency, your heart has a frequency, your kidneys have a frequency. And so when we or when a scanning system or a human being is able to isolate that particular frequency, we can then tell, or it can tell, whether or not your body is resonating at the right frequency for the perfect heart, for the perfect liver, for the perfect kidney. And when it's not, we can send the body, or it can send the body, opposite or optimizing frequencies that would help the liver or the kidneys or whatever the body system that's not resonating properly. It can send the frequency necessary to help it resonate properly. And when that happens, balance is restored. And this can happen way before health is out of balance. Can happen way before you notice anything at all. At any given time, there are different parts of our bodies that are not resonating or properly. There are different organs or blood or DNA. It's not resonating perfectly. And when we do our scans, whatever isn't resonating well at that time, we see it. But we also get the frequencies that balance it. And most of the time, it neutralizes itself out. So nothing else is even needed. Most of the time, everything happens in that scan to both point out what's out of balance and to bring it back into balance.
Yeah, I absolutely love that. I mean, it's been such a help for me with a lot of travel that I've been doing, to be able to scan and then optimize throughout the day. I mean, it just keeps me feeling good all the time, keeps my immune system strong. I wanted to point out before I start showing some of the scans, because some people, when they first get a scan, they're like, oh my God, I have Ebola. No, there's a lot of reasons why you will see certain frequencies come up on a scan.
Yeah.
It could be something that you're dealing with now. It could be residual toxicity from something you've dealt with in the past. Let's say, for instance, you had a cold 2 weeks ago, or let's even say you were in a room with people who were sick and your body was exposed to it and your body fought it off and you never ever felt anything. You might have a residual imprint from that particular virus. So you may see different viruses, you may see different parasites, you may see different toxins. It doesn't necessarily mean that those are actually in your body. These are just frequencies that your body resonated with for whatever reason. So I'm just going to run down the list of reasons: cellular memory, residual toxins, residual damage from prior exposure, residual inflammation, actual occurrence. It could be the closest frequency to something that's not in the database. So you may see something really obscure and that's just close to, the frequency that you're actually experiencing. It could even be picking up components of live viruses and things from those around you. And even there's something called miasms, where it's something that's in your bloodline. You might have a certain predisposition towards certain things because of something that was in your bloodline. So there's all sorts of reasons. Now, as doctors, we can look a little bit deeper into those scans and kind of understand a little bit more. But what I want you to understand is that you don't need to do any of that. This scanner is a tool, an educational tool, and a treatment tool in and of itself. So you press scan, you press optimize. That's all you have to do. You don't have to understand anything that's in the reports, but it's fun when you start learning and taking some courses that are offered. A lot of them are offered for free, and you start to get a little bit more into that. But I just want you to understand it's not necessary. So let me go ahead and show you what this looks like. Okay, so this is my home screen, and these are all of the different scans that are available to me right now. So the quick scan, I'm going to go through each one of these. Dr. Darryl and I are just going to kind of chime in a little bit, just give you an overview of what that is. The quick scan is just that. I love the quick scan because it's quick, it's easy. This is actually the first scan that I do in the morning. The quick scan uses what we call our quantum profile, which we set up. Each client, we set up the name, date of birth, height, weight, email, and a picture. We don't always need a picture, but it's great to have one. This gives the system an imprint of that person. It's kind of like when you go to dial up a person on the phone, you've got to have their exact phone number. And when you dial that phone number, that call goes exactly to them. It doesn't go to anybody else. It's very similar to that. So we set that profile up in advance. And then some of the scans use a voice imprint. So we'll take a 10-second voice clip. This can be on the phone. This can be sent via messenger, sent via text, sent via voicemail. It doesn't matter. Super easy. And that information is used to scan the body. So with these scans, these actually use a voice. I'm just going to do one real quick just to show you what it looks like. I have several different categories. I'm going to put it on evening, which is just going to be supplements. I can also add in general, which is going to bring in some homeopathic frequencies, but I'm just going to put it on evening, and then I'm going to scan here. Next. I am JeNeen Ridgeway. I am on a Zoom right now demonstrating the quick scan, just showing how easy it is to get from my body exactly what is needed for me right in this moment. All right, so just that simple. Now I'm going to see my top supplements that I need. I need some glandular support. I need some basic vitamins and minerals. I need some immune support, and I need some B vitamins. So many of these are actually in my regimen that I'll be taking tonight. So it's as easy as that. It's also going to give me a little evening audio, which is a sound therapy program. This helps me to just balance. A lot of times when I scan in the evening, I'll get a grounding program. It's very grounding and balancing. And let me see if you can hear it. Dr. Darryl, you can tell me if you can hear it.
Yes, I can hear it.
So those go on for about 3 minutes. And it really just helps your nervous system to take a deep breath and decompress and relax.
Yep.
Now, the morning scan looks just like this, except for the morning scan is also going to give me some color therapy. So it can help me with what color I might wear that day. As a matter of fact, the color I'm wearing right now came up on my last scan, and it has to do with emotional balance and internal relaxation. And that is so true because I had a crazy, crazy day. And I just finished at about 6:30, and I'm like, I gotta feed my child, I gotta get ready for this Zoom and all of these things. So it makes perfect sense. I did the scan like as I was getting ready for the Zoom. With the color therapy, as you get your subscription, there's some add-on items that you might be interested in. One of them is a set of color glasses. So this is what they look like. This is the magenta. I would just wear these. You can wear them for a few minutes. You can wear them while you're listening to the music. Typically, I'll put on, there's 2 colors that come up on the morning scan, and I'll just wear the different glasses while I am getting dressed. So that's one color, and then I would just switch it over to the next color that comes up. Now for me, because I wear glasses, I don't even use the frame. I just stick them right on my glasses and they stay there, and I'll wear them while I'm getting ready. So that is the quick scan. Now back to the quick scan page. There's also some little mini boost supercharger, kind of gets you going, kind of wakes you up. It's like an electronic coffee. You have focus, you have relax, you have grounding, you have neuro aerobics. Then you have clearing and shielding. Energetic clearing and shielding is huge. I use these all the time. Helps with the EMFs, the Wi-Fi, the 5G, and all those kind of things, negative energies, negative people. You just want to clear and you want to shield. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on the easy scan page. And nope, no, I'm not going to do that. Let's go to the inner voice. And Darryl, I'll let you talk through it, and I'll just move it up a little bit, whatever you want to show. I know you love this one.
So the inner voice is the one that I utilize most. Everyone who's working with me, for the most part, they get inner voice scans very, very regularly. And I like the inner voice because it comes from my perspective with something in every category. Now, we have a bunch of different scans, but in this one report allows me to look at every aspect of health. The first couple of pages that JeNeen is scrolling through now, it just tells you about the inner voice report, tells you how it works, why it works, what it's looking for. It's looking through 12 notes and giving you the frequencies out of those 12 notes that are the furthest from balance, the 3 highest and the 1 lowest. And so when we're coming down to where we are right now, this is the first of the 4 reports that you get. And it allows you to see the emotional imbalance associated with this particular note, which is D sharp. And then it shows, from my perspective, which is so amazing, if you look on the left, it shows you the organs that are most affected when that note is out of balance. You're always going to see these positive emotions and negative emotions listed when this comes up. You're always going to see those organs. But if this note comes up for you often, you look at those organs and you start realizing, well, those organs actually might show up on other parts of the scan, and it makes other things just make more sense. Now scroll down just a little bit, because when you scroll down, now you're getting into the things right there is fine. Now you're getting into the things that are specific to you that didn't resonate properly. And I always tell my clients to just take a look at this, and after one scan, don't take anything major from it. But when you see things that continuously come up, then you triangulate and connect the dots. And so in the vitals, for whatever reason, zinc wasn't resonating perfectly. B9 wasn't resonated perfectly. The total amount of bilirubin wasn't resonating perfectly. It might be a one-off, or it might be something that we need to look at further. I will tell you this, this particular report it gives you a custom sound therapy. Custom. Now, I use sound therapy and I've been using sound therapy for years, but there's nothing like a custom sound therapy that is specifically made for the voice that you gave the system. It's yeah, she's scrolling up to it. These notes here, when you press that pulse cycle and you're looking at or you're listening to the sound that's coming through. Let's just take a quick listen. So you have music on one side and you have an electrical frequency that's coming through on the other side. The music is static, meaning the music is always gonna be there. But that sound that you're hearing right there, that's the medicine. That's the actual medicine that's helping to clear all of these things out. So, all right, you can stop it now. So I tell people that when you, and go back down to that where you were looking at the vitals. I tell people before you start obsessing over what's on this scan, especially after you see it one time, listen to your tones, listen to your notes, and see whether or not these things continuously show up. If they continuously show up, maybe the medicine isn't actually doing it. So that was just the first one. This is now the second one. And this was corresponding note E, and it shows you the body systems that are out of balance when we get there. But now we have B3. We have liver, we have vitamin E. And again, if I continuously see the same things that come up, I'm asking further and further questions. But you don't really even have to analyze it to this extent. You can scan and take the medicine, which is the music, which is the balancing frequencies, and you get 4 of these every single time you do it. And one last thing I want to say before we get off of this, I do want people to understand, because I at the very beginning, my clients were like, why do I keep having 4 things out of balance? You're always going to have 4 things out of balance. In my practice, I deal with meridian therapy a lot, and it's the flow of energy that's out the body. And I'm always going to be able to see what is the furthest from perfect, even if it's close to perfect. Whatever the furthest from perfect is, it's going to come up. So you're never going to, no matter how good your health is, you're never going to scan that does not have 4 notes and 4 tones. And if you're in relatively good health, just take the medicine and move on.
That's so good, Dr. Darryl. And I love Inner Voice because I didn't have a good sound therapy program, and I would find emotional blocks in people all the time. And this has been the easiest way for me to help them with that. And people that have this program at home and can do it every day notice huge dramatic shifts with themselves and with their families. I can tell you, from my own personal experience, it's caused dramatic shifts within my household, and it's been amazing.
Absolutely.
Okay, so next up, I'm going to come back to Easy Scan because that kind of puts a lot of things together. Next up, we have vitals. I just want to read to you a little quick synopsis of what vitals is, because there's a lot to unpack in vitals. But the vital scan analyzes the energetic state of your blood biology to identify which areas are out of balance, and then sends optimizing frequencies to reset the oscillation of areas needing help. There's over 550 blueprint frequencies in this. So some of the categories are food sensitivities, blood, chakras. That's another word that gets people all out of sorts. They're just energy centers in the body. They have physical representations in the body. Gastrointestinal functions, meridians, nutritional analysis, physical functionality, and toxicities. Lots of different things. You can actually uncheck and just do, if you just wanted to run food sensitivities by itself, you can uncheck. You can take anything out of the scan that you don't want in it, or you can run it all together. So with this, you're going to hit scan up here at the top. It's going to scan through. And then at the bottom, you are going to hit optimize, and it's going to send you a balancing frequency and then rescan. So the report is going to look something like this. Now, when you get your report, you're going to see where it says previous scan. If you're new to the scanner, the first thing in your head is, I've never done this before. Why do I have a previous scan? The previous scan is the initial scan. Then there's an optimization, and then the current scan is after optimization. So you're going to see which items were in balance during both, which items were out of balance. After you were optimized, they came back into balance. Sometimes one area of the body will borrow energy from another. So one will donate energy. So sometimes you'll see something that was in balance and then went out. What's important right here are when you see double reds, when you see things that were out of balance and stayed out of balance. This right here, blackberries and blueberries, that's pretty unfortunate because I'm really liking those right now, which is probably why they're on my
Yes,
scan.
probably why. Then you did this. This is your
I
fault.
know, because I'm eating too many of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you'll just see now when I show you the easy scan takes all of this, condenses it, and just shows you the things that stayed out of balance. But just to show you what's on here, you've got every category of food, the legumes, the meat, the seafood. Hey, I'm doing good with seafood today. Maybe I should have fish for dinner. Nuts, seeds, spices, veggies, goes all the way down. Now, I love this part because when you get down here to the blood, it starts to show you things that are in blood work. Now, typically when you go to the doctor, you're going to get a very cursory panel. They're going to measure 1 or 2 things, and that's it. This is going to show you in real time, energetically, what's off in your body. It may be because of what you ate. It may be because what you were just exposed to. It may be because it's a chronic issue that you need to work on. But I love having this kind of information. As a doctor who actually does clinical blood labs, I find that this correlates. Well, it just correlates all the time. It's very, very accurate. But however, it will also find things before they show up on your labs, which is also nice because you can fix it. So we go on down. We have the energy centers. I'm happy to know that mine are all balanced after optimization. We have the meridians. Dr. Darryl does a lot of work with the meridians. The meridians are channels of energy that flow through the body, whereas the chakras are kind of like the
like the wiring,
breakers.
like the circuit breakers.
Yeah, and the meridians are kind of like the wiring. And
Yeah.
so we want everything to be flowing. We want energy to be flowing properly and not getting backed up, because if energy is not flowing properly to organs and glands, they don't function properly.
That's right.
Then we have digestive functions. We can look at specific digestive functions. And again, like Darryl said earlier, we're looking at things that are coming up all the time. Now, based on the history and you know what's going on with you, sometimes you'll see something one time and be like, oh yeah. But a lot of times we'll kind of create a clinical picture, you know, before we kind of really worry too much about it.
Yeah, like if you know that you aren't feeling well, if you know that there's something happening in digestive system or you can't breathe or this or that, that's when the one scan actually will tell you something, because now you can look in, because you already have identified that there's a problem. And now that you've identified that there's a problem, you might want to figure out, oh, exactly what is causing that. And then you could look at the scan in a completely different way if you're already experiencing something.
Now we can look at macro minerals, micro minerals. This might bring out some toxicities or some imbalances or some things that we may need in our diets. We have, you know, vitamins. I mean, as you can see, there's so many different things here. Basic physicals. It's very interesting because I wear a device that measures my blood flow, circulation, heart rate variability, heart rate. And whenever hypoxia comes up on my scan, which is low oxygen, it always comes up on the actual device. It's really amazing to see that. Bone and muscle condition, bone growth, bone mineral density. As you can see, there's a lot of information here, a lot of information. Sympathetic nerve function. When you're all stressed and you need to go do restoration posture, that comes up. Cardiovascular functions, collagen, so much stuff. Endocrine glands, that's your hormones, eye health, hormones, sex, sleep, stress, all of this good stuff, immune system. Now, when we get down here, we start to see all these body. I'm gonna go on past that. When we get down here to the end, the toxicities, this is where people start to freak out. And this is where I want to remind you not to freak out. There's a lot of things on here. There's a lot of parasites and viruses and bacteria, and you will think that you're going to die tomorrow if, you know, you get caught up in it. All it means is that you need some immune support. You might need some gut support. You might need some cleansing. Again, we look for patterns here.
Yep.
So that's basically what this looks like. As you can see, it's a lot.
And I want to let people know when they look at that and they think, oh my God, that is a lot. What we want you to really understand is that's not even necessary. What you're looking at, you're going to see it. So we're showing it to you that it's actually there. It is not necessary for you to go through and analyze that report. What you need to make sure that you're doing, especially when you're seeing a lot of things that are red, is to make sure you do this every day. And if you've got a subscription, do it twice a day, do it 3 times a day. You cannot optimize yourself enough. The more times you put the right frequencies in your body, the more chances you're giving your body to be able to balance itself.
That's so true. Because when I first started doing this, I would, well, back when I very first started doing bioenergetic scans, getting them done at doctor's offices, over the years, parasites would always come up every single time, every single scan. And when I first started doing this, I would have a lot of things in the parasite category. And I'm like, what the heck? And I've done all kinds of parasite cleanses and I've never actually seen anything. I know some people see parasites come out. I've never have, and thank God, because I don't want to.
Yeah, I don't want to either.
I want them out, but I don't want to see it.
Right.
But when I first started scanning, I would have long lists in the parasite categories. And as I've scanned and optimized every single day, it's very infrequent now. It's 1 or 2, you know, OptiPara might come up for me every now and then, but it's not like it was. And that,
well, mine had gotten pretty, and I just recently started a parasite protocol, and now, oh man, are they popping up on my scan now.
Wow.
In mass numbers.
They're mad at you now.
Yep, they're pissed. And because parasites sit inside of your body for such a long time, and then all of a sudden you wake them up and they're really angry.
Right. They are masters at cloaking themselves.
Yep.
So this next section is, this one is really nice. I use this one just for balance. The reports in this section have way too much information. I don't use the reports at all, even as a practitioner. But what this does is it performs a scan through all your different body systems. You can see here what we have. You can go in. Sometimes you might not feel well in the stomach area, so you might want to go in and just do a digestive scan. Now, whenever I'm doing any scan, I always add hormones just because I want to scan and optimize all my hormones. But I might just go in, I might just click 2 things. So I'm just going to show you what these look like. I think I did lymphatic. Now, what's great about this is that it actually, you might forget what that is. I mean, that was a long time ago in school when you learned about the lymphatic system. So it tells you what it is. Plays a major part in the body's defense against infection and disease. It explains it to you, what it relies on. It relies on hydration, minerals, and exercise to work properly. Now, I struggle with hydration. I've got my water right here, but I struggle with it. And so, you know, that always comes up for me that I need better hydration. But it explains it to you. It shows you where it is in the body. I like that, you know, and then you go on down. It's going to give you some things that were out of range. It's going to give you some vitals. These, again, are some of the things that you may need, some nutrients you may need, etc. It's going to give you some potential causes. Again, these are just frequencies. And then it's going to give you some emotional causes. There's always emotion beneath the physical, always. And a lot of times that's what keeps people from being able to heal completely. And I think it's so funny that acute shyness is coming up, because I tell people all the time, I'm really shy, even though you can't tell, because I force myself out there and I force myself to work against that, but it's there. And right now it's acute. And then it gives you ways to improve, which I really like. Lymphatic massage, increase hydration. There it is. Support the immune system. And then it's giving me some of the Solex supplements that would be beneficial for me. And then hormones, you just scan and optimize. These numbers don't have to mean anything to you. You just want to scan and you want to optimize. And that's
Dr. JeNeen, can I say something really quickly?
Absolutely.
You said that you don't really go and use this very much. I don't use it much either, but I utilize it in a very specific way. For instance, if I'm working with somebody who has been dealing with high blood pressure for a while, very often blood pressure issues are an emotional root. And so I will, you can't get it under control and it's been happening for a long time. There's some underlying emotions that really need to be cleared there. And so what I'll do is I'll go into the body systems. I will specifically choose the circulatory system. I'll run that scan. And then when I run that scan, I've done 2 things. I've run the scan, I've optimized the scan, but now when I look at the circulatory system scan in particular, I can see what emotions are the underlying emotions that are affecting the circulatory system. And then I can target, because I do flower essences and I do other different sound therapies, I can target things a little bit more specifically because now I have something specific that I'm going after. So like in this case, if, you know, and again, you're going to have things that are going to show up here regardless. But if I were dealing with someone and they were dealing with that, I would go straight down here to the circulatory emotional causes, and I would start looking at these, and I would wonder how these are connected to the reason that the circulatory system is not balanced, and I would go after that more specifically. But this
Excellent.
is just me and how I practice, and everybody can find their own way. And so I would suggest that those, if you do have this subscription, to scan and optimize once a month or so all of your body systems. But I would not bother with the report unless you're really looking to do some sort of deep dive into something specific, because this is the one report that can lead you. It can drive you crazy because, again, it's going to show potential causes, but if that's not your system of worry, then that's not really applicable at that time, even though the frequencies might match.
Yes. And oftentimes those emotions are in the subconscious.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So they
Usually
don't
they don't know.
resonate with us on a conscious level. We're like,
Yeah.
no, not me.
Yeah.
But it's somewhere hidden in there that's affecting your body.
Yeah.
And I ran that real quick just to show people how quick it is. It's so quick and easy.
Yeah.
And the body systems automatically optimizes. So you just scan and
Yep.
optimize.
Yep.
So I will go in at least, I'd probably do it a couple times a week and just scan and optimize the whole thing and keep it moving.
Yeah.
All right. So then we have comprehensive. Now, comprehensive differs from the vitals in that comprehensive is more with the body. And so the comprehensive performs a detailed scan of the frequencies from over 130 organs, cells, bones, and chromosomes in your. So let me just go in here and I'll just pull up this little report. This is from one that was already done, but this shows you basically, it gives you the picture. It shows you exactly what's out of range. You'll find out what these numbers mean later, but again, you're basically looking for numbers that are double reds. So this right here, the adrenal medulla, it probably means I'm producing way too much or not enough stress hormone. It has something to do with stress. And so you can go through, and what's really cool about this, especially if you're a geek and you like this body stuff, you can click on the 3D view and it'll show you exactly where these things are.
Yeah. See, for me, this just, I never click that.
I know, it's just fun. I know. But anyway, I'm going to get out of that. That's a side note. So yeah, so again, it just shows you exactly what's going on. It'll help you to pinpoint, let's say you're having a knee pain and you're wondering, is this the bone? Is this the ACL? Is this the meniscus? It can really show you which areas of the knee are more out of balance than others.
Yeah.
So it's really cool for stuff like that. And then you can optimize. So sometimes scanning and optimizing just allows your body to use the nutrition to repair. Did you want to say anything else about comprehensive before I move?
No, you did. I don't know if people noticed though, but when you were on that comprehensive, it gave you a percentage away from ideal, and you could utilize that sometimes just to look at systems to see whether or not that system is further away or closer to being balanced. But I utilize the comprehensive as part of the easy scan, but I also use it when I'm trying to target something very, very, very specific. If my mom calls me and tells me that her knee is hurting, I want to know if it's her veins. I want to know if it's her arteries. I want to know if it's her connective tissue. And so I'll go through and I will pick everything related to the knee. And then whatever is the furthest away from balance, that's how I know how to start dealing with that.
And I'm going to show that. I'm just going to go in here. I'm going to deselect all. And let's just say we're working on the lower body. So I'm going to go to lower body female. Let's go to connective tissue, right knee. Let's go to muscles.
Zoom in leg right. Yeah.
Yep, there it is. And then nerves. Okay, so let's do that. And then we're going to go and scan. And so this is actually scanning everything in that area. And like you said, it's going to pull up the areas that are most out of balance. All right, so we're going to scan, we're going to optimize. That's key. Always have to scan and optimize because we want to actually deliver the balancing frequency to help fix these things. Another thing that we found you can do is you can scan and you can optimize more than once without rescanning.
Yep.
All right, so here we go. So I'm going to skip past this and just see. I want to get to the ligaments and all that kind of stuff. Oh my goodness, my ACL. So my ACL actually comes up a lot. Remind me, don't do any crazy jumping and, you know, flipping and all of that, because I think my ACL is a little bit inherently weak. It does come up. That comes up quite a bit on my scans. But this shows you all of the structures of the leg. And this is why this is also great for any kind of body worker, massage therapists, of course, PTs, Pilates instructors, because it can really help you to hone in on the exact areas where your clients need some support.
Yeah, yeah. And to know that it's the connective tissue, you're going to deal with it in a completely different way. One of the Shalinda, I think is the, if I'm pronouncing her name wrong, forgive me. She wanted to know if when it optimizes, do you have to listen to the frequencies or no, or to listen to that particular sounds, you do not have to listen to it.
Mm-mm. No, ma'am. And a lot of those, the ones that don't, you can kind of tell by how they sound which ones you're supposed to listen to and which ones you don't really have to.
Yeah.
Right. The inner voice, you know, they put the nice melodic music over it so that it's peace. The ones that sound like you don't have to listen to them. They're being delivered anyway. It's the frequency, it's a vibration, it's kind of like it's a wave, so it's going to hit your body regardless.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so speaking of that, my favorite section is Cepheid, which is the subtle energy frequency imprinter. I'm going to let you talk first because I could talk all night on Cepheid and we're trying to keep this short.
So Cepheid is a way to send information into the body, and there's so many different aspects of Cepheid. When JeNeen and I, we got started literally on the same day. Well, I beat her by about 12 hours, but we got started on the same day. And the Cepheid was 1 second, like it was just one little thing. It was nothing like it is right now. But Cepheid allows you to send frequencies into the body to very specific things. For instance, my mom, very often, and I use my mom a lot because she recently, in the last year, she had an operation. And I have a playlist that's made for her. And that playlist has healing frequencies for the spinal cord, for connective tissue, for her back pain and other things. And when she is in a certain amount of pain, lets me know, and I pull up her profile. I go in and I choose the specific frequency list that I've made for her, custom list, and I just do continuous broadcast. And I broadcast those frequencies to her, and she usually will tell me in a short period of time, I'm so much better. But the craziest thing is, sometimes she will get me and I'll forget, or I'll be doing something and I'll forget to do it. And she will message me about 15 or 20 minutes later and say, you forgot, didn't you? She knows. She can tell. My daughter is the exact same way. She can actually feel it. My daughter can feel it more than anybody that I know. And sometimes she'll say, I'm good, stop now, because she wants to stop feeling what she's actually, she doesn't like, she feels like her body is being communicated with. So at a certain point, she's too much, just stop it. My mom never says that, but she's in a lot of pain. So that's, Cepheid is absolutely amazing for that alone. You can send frequencies to people, to your families, to your pets, and it just puts the frequency of whatever it is that needs to be balanced in their energy field, and the body takes over.
And this is just an example of what one of those playlists looks like in Cepheid. You actually create these, you put the different things that you want, homeopathic frequencies, flower essences, specific homeopathics for specific symptoms and things like that. And then you can broadcast it. You can also imprint it. Imprinting is just putting it into, you can either put it in a Cepheid dot, which is a little holographic sticker that they apply to the body, or you can imprint into homeopathic pellets. You can make your own custom homeopathic pellets. You can make tinctures, however you want to do it. And that's amazing. And I have to say, this has been so huge because I've been able to do Cepheid playlists for my daughter. I will run her inner voice. And because she's a teenager, I know she's not going to listen to those tones. They don't sound like the kind of music she wants to listen to. So I can actually take those same frequencies and put them on a playlist and broadcast them to her. You can also put them into a, I don't have it here, but let's just say tiger's eye necklace. So you can actually imprint them into a certain wearable, whether it be a bracelet, a ring, a necklace, and that's going to deliver those frequencies to your body. So that is huge. Now, what I want to show you under this is one of my favorite categories, the homeoenergetics. These are pre-designed lists of supportive things. Now, each one of these has homeopathy in it. It has drainage remedies. It has herbs. And so they're very complex. It has everything your body needs to deal with these particular things. So let's say you went out and you had a Diet Coke and you know darn well you shouldn't have drank that. And now you're having a headache. You can do aspartame plus detox. We've got bacteria detoxes in here and metals and diabetes assists. And that should say blood sugar, Dr. Darryl. They're going to get us in trouble, aren't they? You know,
maybe whoever put that in there is legally allowed to do it.
You know, anything you see, there's so many different things, menopause support, nerve ease, prostate support. There's just so much good stuff in here. And these are just ready-made programs. There's one called Sleep Easy. There's one that I've been using a lot called Ultimate Emotions. This is full of flower essences.
Yep.
And it helps with that overall emotional calm and balance. So this is one of my favorite sections. We can also put these all onto playlists and broadcast them with other things, or they can be a standalone by themselves. So I love those. I just want to go in here and show people how many things are in here. So for instance, homeopathy by symptoms. I'm just going to scroll really quickly. You've got
She's still in the A's.
Yeah, all the different types of allergies. Now, look at this. This is interesting where it says allopathic. That means prescription medicine.
Yeah.
So allopathic aspirin substitutes. So let's say you don't want to take aspirin. You don't want to risk the side effects of taking aspirin, but you want the effects of it. Well, let's go in here and run this aspirin program and let's energetically give your body that aspirin and see what happens. My mom has an amazing testimonial of using a narcotic drug energetically because she had some dental work done and it worked phenomenally well. I did the same thing with my daughter. She had her wisdom teeth pulled. We never had to use those heavy prescriptions because I was running the frequencies and she never had any pain. And that was just a blessing. That was amazing to me. Yeah, we're still in the A's. You know, you've got, I'm just going to scroll slow, whatever jumps out at you. We've got big C frequencies just to help the body with balance in those areas. Children's, I feel like every time I look at this, there's stuff that I didn't see.
Yeah, I'm looking at this and I'm saying, I don't remember seeing all this.
I know. I'm gonna have to go back in and do a little, you know, searching because it honestly, two things that the founder of the company said, his name is Lawrence Swenson. He's a phenomenal human. Two things he said. He said, the scanner will never be done. They're always adding new things. And he said, the price will never go up. The subscription is $149 a month. It doesn't matter how many people, no matter how many scans you run, it is what it is, period. And it's never going to increase. And I think that's amazing. Look at how many things just for the eyes.
Yes.
Eye, digital eye strain. Look at that. I don't remember seeing that.
No, and I'm seeing so many things for one particular thing now, you know.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Fear, thunderstorm, fear, suppressed anger, explosive anger, crowd, public.
That was not there the last time I looked.
Here.
There's no way.
In real time, everybody, we're like, oh my God, this is amazing. Fear of death and dying. That's a real thing for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I think, you know, throughout the pandemic, I think that's what took a lot of people out. I think it was the fear more so than anything. Yeah, I mean, as you can see, this is extremely extensive. And I'm going to have to go back because there is a lot of new stuff in here. A lot. All kinds of injuries.
See, we get comfortable thinking we know this machine.
Yeah. It's almost endless. And I'm just in one category. I'm in homeopathy by symptom.
Yeah.
There are so many categories in here. But in the interest of time, I'm going to go ahead and move on. I just want to point out one of the newest modules, which is AO Tune. Anybody who's ever used tuning forks, ever had tuning forks used on you to help to balance your body, this is a whole entire tuning fork program where the frequencies are delivered through these little transducers, which are little speakers that approximate the tuning fork. So they play the frequencies of the tuning forks through these little speakers and vibrate them into your body. This has been profound already. It's only been out for about a month. And again, another way to help balance all your organs, glands, systems, energetic fields, all of that good stuff. Okay. All right. So Mind Sync. We have to mention Mind Sync. So let's mention Mind Sync really quick. I'm throwing it to you.
Oh, I'm saying to myself, is this me?
It's you.
I guess it's only right that
I'm trying not to hog all the time.
Mind Sync is custom affirmation. So you have affirmations here, and they're pre-programmed. So you have this particular one, health affirmations. And if you see, I believe in myself, and you're seeing as you speak, other ones will come up. While you're recording these affirmations, when you're done, it will take these affirmations and it will create a personalized sound therapy affirmation utilizing your voice, which does a couple of things. The main thing is it stops your body from rejecting the message that's trying to be sent. And when you get that back and you're listening back to it, it allows your subconscious mind to just fully accept it. So you have a bunch of different categories of affirmations. But what I think is the best part of this is you can just make your own. You know, I don't ever utilize these. I always just record custom affirmations, and I either say, write down in advance, or just say whatever really is on my mind, whatever it is that I'm trying to get myself to do. There you go. That custom affirmation is 60 seconds long. You click on that. No words will come up. You can just hit record. I do want to let people know that I believe it. Can you click on health for me and then just start that for a second?
Uh-huh.
All right. You see, it started at 342 seconds. If you have a long personal affirmation, just choose health because you're going to get the longest amount of time. So I'm telling you this because a lot of people they're not necessarily realizing that they can do this. When you click health affirmations, you don't have to say what's on that screen. That's just elongating the amount of time you have to talk. So if you've got a lot to say in your custom affirmations, choose health. And when you're done, just click the record button one more time and it will stop. And so each category gives you that. But affirmations, anybody who knows anything about affirmations, you know how transformative affirmations are, how life-changing affirmations are. Well, with the AO scanner, the affirmations are utilizing your own voice. Or if you're dealing with your child, you can go ahead and utilize your voice for your child's voice, because as a mother or father, your voice is really powerful to your child as well. But if you're an adult who can speak for yourself and bring it on home back to you. Affirmations are amazing. We could be on affirmations all day long.
Absolutely. And I just have to say, Dr. Darryl actually was one of the first people who got to beta test this. And he was actually a presenter at the Solex conference to launch this. And I thought that was pretty amazing.
Yes,
and,
I shared the stage
yes.
With Lauren Swenson on this particular release.
It was pretty exciting. It was pretty exciting. And I listen to this at night and I love it. I do custom affirmations. I actually use my other technology to scan for some custom affirmations. And then I read them in, and man, I feel like it's really game changing for me. I really do love this one. Okay, so just to wrap it all up, we are bumping up on 9 p.m. But to wrap it all up, the Easy Scan, which I'm not even going to go through, I just want to let you know what Easy Scan does is it ties together your inner voice scan, your vitals, and your comprehensive, as well as your quick scan all into one. So all I have to do, I can go in here, I can put my supplement categories. I would typically run the time of day, general, which gives me all of the homeopathics that are in the scanner that I can then imprint. And I'll do therapy. So I've got different therapies in here. I've got like my terahertz and, P90 and PEMF and all of these different things. And it lets me know what my body needs. I click start scan. it's going to take that voice clip and then it's going to run everything automatically. It's going to do my inner voice. It's going to scan the vitals, automatically optimize, scan the comprehensive, automatically optimize. And then it's going to give me a report that only has the things that did not balance. So, you know, on the vitals report, when you saw all the greens, this is only giving me the reds. It's only giving me the double red. So it's like the most important items, here they are. That's what it's giving me. And so I love this, very easy, quick way to get all your scans in, and then, you know, have your color, your top colors, your top supplements, etc. So before I stop the screen share, Dr. Darryl, is there anything else you wanted me to mention real quick?
No, on the Easy Scan, that's what I utilize the most. And that's because from my perspective, that's where I get the best results from scanning and optimizing. Because I'm not analyzing these reports like a fine tooth comb, what I need is every area to be brought into balance. And the Easy Scan does that. So we talked about all of these things outside of the body systems. We talked about all of these different areas. The Easy Scan will accomplish that in one click. You just have to wait a few minutes before it's done.
Absolutely. Okay, so like promised, I want to give everybody an opportunity to unmute yourself if you have a question. Actually, before we do that, I want to hear a couple testimonials, okay? So let me see who's on here. I just want to hear a few quick testimonials of how you have used the scanner, how it's impacted your life. Just, you know, just try to make it short and sweet. But Cynthia Eddings, I'm going to ask you to unmute yourself and tell us a little bit what your testimonial is. What do you think about this AO scan? Hey.
Absolutely. So for me, I utilize the scanner for myself, for my family, as well as clients. So I do therapy. So I'm able to actually run scans for those clients, and I actually focus on the emotional portion. And one of the biggest changes, I don't think we spoke about it, was in the multicast, the addition to Cepheid. That one has been a game changer for me, because with the new multicast, you're actually able to kind of get through that emotional barrier that people have. So instead of running a Cepheid and keep running the Cepheids, there's a block. So I feel like you would have to run them even longer. So I'm just loving the multicast function. You can add in as many people and break and get through those walls that we have up. It's just like with the inner voice and listening to that fourth one, which is the thing that's kind of we've been suppressing. So it's breaking through those barriers, and that is definitely how it's been enriching my life, as well as the different technologies that go along with it. But testimonials have been people that have dealt with anger are able to release that anger through listening to their inner voice and going through that. They actually have been able to, they were having nightmares and things like that. So they've just been kind of balancing out and just refocusing themselves, and actually with Cepheid promotions and running these playlists, just getting that notification as well that people are getting those breakthroughs through different playlists. So that's how it's been changing my life, just in a few words there.
Oh, awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. And that is so perfect for a therapist. I'm so glad that you have this tool. I love multicast as well. I absolutely love it. And it does just speed things up. It's like it brings in that flower essence with the Cepheid broadcast, and it's just amazing. So
before you move on from Cynthia, I just wanted to ask you, since you are using multicast a lot, are you aware that you can use multiple playlists for one person at the same time?
100%. That is the game changer.
It is. I just found this out. And so that is now I'm like, multicast is the way to go all the way around now.
It is, because before you had to do like open up tabs, more so do it on your computer and do each individual person. If they have 3 playlists that you want, you have to have 3 separate things open. And then if you have multiple people, you're going to have tabs open.
Exactly. Then Windows is going to tell you you're using up too many resources, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So that is also thank you for sharing that, because that has been the game changer. And also just adding in as many people. I think in multicast, you can add up to 16 people or 16 individual families.
And you can then open up tab number 2 and do it all over again.
Yes, sir.
So, you know, but now you got 32 people in 2 tabs, where we used to have to have 32 tabs.
64 tabs open.
64 tabs, exactly. Yes. We know the struggle.
You see how we just nerd out? I mean, we get so excited over these things. Okay, I'm gonna grab one more testimonial and then a couple quick questions. And then I have to make sure my child gets fed. We're a little on the late side tonight. Carmelita, can you come on really quick? I would love to hear your testimonial about your dental work. And
Figure it out.
there you are.
Okay. Yeah, I had to figure it out. Um, okay, I just wanted to say about my oral surgery. This thing is amazing. I had oral surgery. The doctor gave me prescriptions. He gave me narcotics. He gave me another pill to go with the narcotics. He gave me 3 prescriptions, and I wasn't intending to take any of that. And with my scanner, what I did was I took my scanner and I imprinted the hydrocodone that he had given me. I imprinted that into the pellets and I imprinted it into some water. And I took that, didn't have any pain, healed really, really quick. And it's just amazing. I love the scanner.
That's so awesome.
That is nice.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Other thing, real quick, before you get off, tell everybody what happened with Joey as far as his school situation.
Okay, my grandson did 2 years of homeschooling because of COVID, and then his dad didn't want him to go back to school. So he was really down when he went back to school. I thought they were going to put him back a grade, but they put him in his regular grade. He hated school. I started using this selfie playlist on him. And he told me, he's 14, and he told me that it changed his life. This past marking period, he was on honor roll.
That's awesome. I can barely hear that
Wow.
without tears.
That
Thank
is-
you. All right.
yes.
So we have, I'm going to give it 10 minutes for questions. If anybody has a question, go ahead and unmute yourself and come on in. And we are also, while we're seeing if anybody has any questions, I'm also going to do a contest. I did promise that I was going to give away a 3-day pass for the scanner, an alpha pass that allows you to log in, play around with it, use it with its full functionality for 3 days. So the way we're going to do this is you can put in the chat any number. I want you to guess a number between 1 and 60. And I have my number written down here. Whoever is closest first. I mean, whoever gets the number, we'll just keep going until I see it. Whoever gets it first is going to be the winner. So you can go ahead and start putting your numbers in the comments and I'll try to watch them. And if you have a question, come on and unmute yourself.
What was the question?
You don't have to raise your hand, just unmute and come on in.
I do have a question. On the AO Tune, I used it with my grandson, but I'm confused. Do I need to have those little I don't know what to call it, little tuning device transducers? Because I could, when I turned it on and I put his profile in and everything, the tuning fork did make a sound, but I don't know if it was working without the transducers.
So what we've seen, and I'm watching the numbers. Come on, you guys. I haven't seen everybody put a number. What we've seen is that you do not need the transducers. People, when we first launched this, nobody had theirs because they had just launched it and they hadn't been shipped yet. And people were having profound changes happen without the transducer. So it does take it to the next level. However, the technology is so amazing, you don't need it. I like to have it in proximity because I do like I don't do this one as a broadcast. I do this one in person, but the sound just coming out of the phone seems to be enough. I haven't seen the number yet. Now, to answer Tanya, can anyone get the subscription or do you have to be a provider? Absolutely, anyone can get the subscription. This is not just for doctors or naturopaths or healthcare providers. This is for everybody to empower you in your household to better your health and your family's health and optimize it. So the subscription is $149. To get started, all you do is get back to the person that invited you on here tonight, whether it be me or Dr. Darryl. You can basically, when we get you started, you'll have access immediately. So you start up tomorrow, you'll have access tomorrow. And it's not, there's no contracts. So let's say you pay and then in 3 months you decide, you know what, this isn't really for me. The moment you stop paying, your access gets cut off and you're done. So it's pay to play. No, so anybody can get it started at any time and you can end it at any time as well. I still haven't seen the number. You guys are getting close. You're getting hot. The people in the 50s are getting hot. I'll tell you that. I'm not seeing it. Come on now.
Oh, somebody said 51, 55, 59.
Come on. Come
What was
on.
the question? I
It's
was, I had to,
52
I
this
got
year.
called away.
Okay, some of you are exactly 10 off. Some of you are exactly 10 off. So
What was the question?
adjust your numbers by 10. You might get it. Oh, it's going too fast now. Okay, no, I still don't see it. It's funny. I've seen this done on Zooms before, and those numbers come in quick. Oh, somebody got it. It's you, Shalinda. Got it. It's 47. 47. Okay, so I gotta get with you and
47.
figure it out because I'm not sure exactly how that's gonna work since you already are in, we'll figure it out. But you're the winner. You are the winner.
Congratulations.
All right, everybody. Well, if there's no other questions, I will be out of here without further ado. Anybody? All right, I guess we covered it. So, yeah, so basically just to wrap it up, this has been an overview of the AO Scan by Solex, why I love it. In a nutshell, you can use it on any device. It's subscription based. You get your subscription, you're in. Now there is some free education. There is something called basic training, which is a series of video trainings that will take you through step by step every part of the scanner and teach you. Solex YouTube page has a ton of information, but like Dr. Darryl said, you don't have to know any of that. All you have to do is scan and optimize, and it's just going to add another layer to, your optimal health journey. So
Yeah, for $149, being able to scan and optimize the frequencies of your body every single day. If you never, ever, ever look at a report, you are eons away from most people.
I can tell you in years past, there's always going to be a point for me, but there was a time when my daughter was in a really dark place and I didn't know what to do. And I didn't, feel like she needed therapy. She felt like she did. So I was paying $175 per session for her to see a therapist. And now I'm paying $149 per month for everybody in my household, all of my patients, to use this one device. And this has been the biggest game changer. I've seen so much growth, so much progress. It's mind blowing. I send Dr. Darryl messages all the time about how great she's doing. And I give this all the credit, this invoice.
It's priceless. I mean, at $149 a month, it's absurd.
Yeah.
And to know that it's not going to go up.
Yeah. And to know that every time we look at it, there's something new. So now me and Dr. Darryl will be in there. We probably won't sleep tonight. But anyway, I'm going to blame that on everybody here. We probably won't sleep tonight. But thank you so much for joining us. We'll do this periodically, and we'll also sometimes we'll get in here and do a deep dive for those of you who are QLAs, which are, Solex distributors, or for those of you who are customers using the product. We'll get in here and just do some training and things like that. We really love to do that. But this is just an overview, and hopefully, we'll eventually get a really good recording. But in the meantime, we're going to keep doing what we do. So what is that? You can also, you can add unlimited people. And that's what's so amazing about it. That is what is so, people ask me all the time, well, does everybody have to have their own subscription? No. Anybody you put in, you can scan. Somebody you meet at the airport, you can put them in, you can do a scan right there. It really is priceless. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. Dr. Darryl, final thoughts?
Good night, everybody. Thank you. If you look at this and you decide that this is something you're interested in, like Dr. JeNeen said, whoever invited you here, reach back out, find out how you can get started, and just try it. What do you really got to lose?
Exactly. All right. Well, have a good night, everybody. I will see you next week on another Thriving Thursday in the morning on Facebook Live.
Thank you.
Bye.